family. Welcome to the Cumberland Mills Elementary Plan B Safe and Healthy Return presentation. Purpose. This video serves as a guide for reentry and daily operations at Cumberland Mills Elementary under Plan B. Guidelines in this video are aligned with guidance from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction, the Cumberland County Health Department, and the Cumberland County Schools Reentry Task Force. COVID-19 disclaimer. All Cumberland County schools, district level, and school-based communications or guidance, for example, handbooks, websites, social media communications, etc., are subject to change at any time due to changing COVID-19 conditions and related health or safety guidance. Updates will be provided as new information becomes available. Pathway to a safe and healthy return. The pathway to a safe and healthy return plan is contingent upon COVID-19 metrics. The Board of Education approved the transition to Plan B, blended remote, and in-person learning at the start of the second semester, following a staggered entry approach as long as COVID-19 metrics support a return and transition to Plan B. Please check our Cumberland Mills Elementary School parent folder to find the link for the COVID-19 Family Guidance for a Healthy Return Manual. School bell schedule. Our daily schedule will begin at 7:15 a.m. with health screenings for all students. If students have a successful health screening, they will be able to grab breakfast and report to their homeroom class. Our first bell will ring at 7:40 a.m. and our tardy bell will ring at 7:45 a.m. At the end of the day, we will have dismissal for bus riders first and car riders at 2:20 p.m. Dismissal for daycare riders and finally for walkers will take place at 2:25 p.m. Both remote only and blended learners will be required to attend class from 7:45 a.m. until 2:25 p.m. each day.
At Cumberland Public Schools, we are preparing for the students to return to a face-to-face instruction at some point during this school year. We have put some important measures in place to make sure all staff and students remain safe.
As we all know, maintaining appropriate social distance is very important during this pandemic, and we at Cumberland County Schools have you covered.
For many students in Cumberland County Schools, riding the bus is the first step to starting the day. COVID-19 has caused Cumberland County Schools to adopt new requirements for transporting students. Some of the new requirements include special seating arrangements to exhibit social distancing while riding the bus. Students must wear a mask, stand socially distant, and provide the Cumberland County attestation form to the bus driver. The bus driver will accept the form and direct the students to the numbered seats starting at the back of the bus. Students that have selected the blended option have been placed in either Cohort A or Cohort B. Cohort A blended students will attend school on Monday and Tuesday, while Cohort B blended students will attend on Thursday and Friday. It is necessary that students only report to their assigned bus stop on the days that their cohort is participating in face-to-face instruction. Once students arrive on campus, they will remain seated until the driver has given the signal to begin releasing the students for screening. The bus driver will call students by seat number, starting from the front to be released to walk toward the screening area. The students will be greeted by a staff member and directed where to stand to ensure social distancing occurs until they approach the screening station. Each student will be directed to a screening station. At the screening station, students will have their temperature taken and will be asked a series of symptom screening questions. If a student fails the screening process, the student will then be sent to a confidential location for further assessment. Car riders will also go through a daily screening process. Parents or guardians will remain in the car and pull up to the screening station located near the front office of the school. Students will have their temperature checked and ask COVID-19 symptom screening questions. If a student passes the screening, they will be able to enter the school. Any student who does not pass the screening will return home with their parents and participate in school virtually. As students enter the building, they will be directed to sanitize their hands and pick up a grab and go breakfast, all while maintaining a 6 foot distance.
Okay, so now I'm here in the classroom. As you can see, the setup here is a little different in that there are tables rather than individual desks. However, these tables will act as individual desks in that the student will sit here where the piece of paper is located. There will be one student per table to ensure appropriate social distancing guidelines. Unlike in the previous classroom, we had individual desks set up. However, these desks are color coded again to ensure appropriate social distancing. One class will come in and the students will be required to sit only at the orange desk. The next class will come in will be required to sit at the blue desk. Again, this classroom, just like all of our classrooms, is equipped with hand sanitizer, air disinfectant spray for the desk, as well as gloves and also masks.
Students will remain in the classroom, while any teachers who are block teaching will switch classrooms themselves.
While in the classroom, teachers will switch classrooms in an attempt to reduce student gatherings in the hallway. Also, while in the classroom, students will remain socially distant in their classroom while participating in rigorous and engaging learning.
Our students, upon entering the cafeteria, will have to stand on designated red circles. These red circles have been placed at least 6 feet apart, again to maintain and honor the social distancing guidelines. Moreover, when our students enter the cafeteria, the doors will already be open, so there's no need to keep touching the door, risking some type of contamination. Also, when our students are in the line, we will serve them on two different sides of the cafeteria, again supporting that social distancing requirement. When the students leave from the cafeteria, they will also exit, one on the right and one on the left. They will follow the arrows that have already been placed on the floor, just like we do when we go to Walmart or the grocery store. Also, I want to highlight some other safety measures and precautions that have been put in place in our cafeteria. We ask that students wash their hands at the sink here. We also have a hand sanitizer station set up, and we have directions on how to wash one's hands appropriately. Also, we have a sign posted above our water fountain. Gone are the days when students directly drink from the water fountain. Instead, that is now prohibited. They may fill up cups at the water fountain, but drinking straight from the water fountain is definitely a thing of the past.
We are ensuring that students are social distancing with 6 feet in between them as they come to bathrooms. You will see markers on the floor that indicate where they will stand to ensure there are 6 feet between each student, as well as directional arrows that are on the floor that also show the traffic patterns that we will use in each of our hallways.
Make sure you're wearing a mask, wait 6 feet to avoid close contact, And wash your hands or use hand sanitizer.
During dismissal, at the end of the school day, students will be dismissed in a staggered fashion. Students will be escorted to the bus parking lot or car rider line, maintaining a 6-foot distance.
We at Cumberland County Schools are ready to receive our students, our teachers, our staff, our parents, and ensure safety for all. We'll see you soon. Thank you for visiting with us.
Process. Step 1, attestation form, completion at the beginning of the school year. Step 2, complete an electronic pre-screening questionnaire daily. Step 3, staff and students will receive a cleared or not cleared for work or school with instructions for what to do next. This statement appears at the end of the survey for the employee or parent or guardian to see. Step 4, the daily decision is emailed. Step 5, when the employee shows up for work, they will show they are cleared to work. Step 6, when the student shows up for school, they will be verified in the database. Step 7, issue face coverings. Step 8, sanitize hands. Step 9, temperature check upon arrival to campus. And that will be for bus riders, walkers, daycare riders, and or car riders. Attestation form and the COVID-19 symptom screening forms will be available online. You will answer the questions that are available to you on the screen. Please note the criteria for return after diagnosis or close contact. A child can return to school when a parent or guardian can ensure that they can answer yes to all 3 questions. Has it been 10 days since the child has first had symptoms? Has it been at least 24 hours since the child had a fever without using fever-reducing medicine? Has there been symptom improvement, including cough and shortness of breath? If a child has had a negative COVID-19 test, they can return to school once there is no fever without the use of fever-reducing medicines and they have felt well for 24 hours. If a child has been diagnosed with COVID-19 but does not have symptoms, they can remain out of school until 10 days have passed since the date of their first positive COVID-19 diagnostic test, assuming they have not subsequently developed symptoms since their positive test. If a child has been determined to have been in close contact with someone diagnosed with COVID-19, they should remain out of school for 14 days since the last known contact, unless they test positive, in which case the criteria above would apply. They must complete the full 14 days of quarantine, even if they test negative. At the beginning of the school year, guardians will be responsible for attesting to the following. I will screen my child every morning, every day for the 2020-2021 school year and will not send my child to school if the answer to any of the questions above is yes. By sending my child to school on any given day, I certify that I have screened my child on that day and the answer to all of the questions above is no. If my child is diagnosed with COVID-19, I will not send my child back to school until they meet the criteria for return. Traffic patterns at Cumberland Mills Elementary School. Daycare riders and walkers will drop off and pick up students at the front of the school. Travel directions for car riders. From Cumberland Road, drive down Brandy Lane, turn left onto Back Street, which becomes Sim Cotton Road. Turn left into the car rider line and follow around. Once in line, parents will be asked for their child's name, teacher, and grade level, as well as their letter and number. Cars must turn right out of the car rider line into or onto Sim Cotton Road. Special notes: do not park alongside the side, any curbs, streets, or parking lots. These areas are designated as no parking zones. Do not park in the employee parking lot or in the bus parking lot, as these areas are not part of our traffic pattern. Car drop off and pickup. For drop off, you will complete the Cumberland County Schools attestation form at the beginning of the school year. Complete the health screening questions online daily. Students will be screened inside of the vehicle. If students pass the screener, they may proceed to pick up their breakfast and go to class. Pickup. Guardians should remain in their vehicles. All students will be assigned a letter and number. Parents will inform staff members of their child's assigned letter and number. Students will leave their classrooms and exit the building once their assigned letter and number are called. Please be patient during this process, as our focus is to ensure students enter and exit the building safely while social distancing. School bus transportation. Guardians of students who are bus riders were required to request transportation by October 30th, 2020, in order to secure bus transportation. Students whose parents requested transportation after October 30th, 2020 were placed on a waiting list. Students will be assigned to a bus on a first come, first served basis, according to the order in which they submitted their request. Bus stop assignments, areas, and times were sent to current bus riders' student email addresses on December 15th, 2020 at 6:00 p.m. Daycare transportation. Students who walk to school will be screened one by one. Guardians will have to pick up students who do not pass the screener immediately. Late student arrival. If a student arrives between 7:45 and 8:30 a.m., parents will pull up into the front circle in designated areas. The child will be screened and the parent will complete the tardy slip. The child will enter the building and will be escorted to class. If a late student arrives after 8:30 a.m., The parent will park and ring the buzzer. The child will be screened and the parent will complete the tardy slip. And the child will enter the building and will be escorted to class. Remember, every minute counts, so please try to be on time. Early student checkouts. First, the parent or guardian will call ahead to alert the front office of an early checkout. The front office will make teacher aware of potential checkout. The parent will call when on campus or ring the buzzer. Our front office staff will call the teacher again, and the child will be escorted to the front office by an IA or another staff member. Remember, there are no checkouts after 1:45 p.m. at Cumberland Mills Elementary School. Pre-K late check-in. The child will be screened at the front door, and the parent will complete the pre-K sign-in sheet at the front door in the front of the building. The child will enter the building and will be escorted by Cumberland Mills Elementary staff members to class. All students, staff, and essential visitors are required to wear face coverings. Cloth face coverings are to be worn on the school bus, inside school buildings, and outdoors while on school property. Pre-K students will wear face coverings except during rest time. Please ensure the proper laundering of face coverings using hot water and a high heat dryer. Students who cannot adhere to the mask policy may be required to return to a remote-only learning environment. In Cumberland County Schools, we practice the 3 W's. We wear a face covering, wait 6 feet apart, and avoid close contact, and wash your hands often or use hand sanitizer.
Cough, cough, sneezy, sneezy, itchy, scratchy, I say pleasy, you need to cover your mouth. Cough, cough, sneezy, sneezy, itchy, scratchy, I say pleasy, you need to cover your mouth.
You need to cover your mouth when you cough, when you sneeze. I'm asking, please. You need to cover your mouth when you sneeze. Oh, I'm asking, please. When you feel that itchy throat, put some tissue in your coat. If you don't, then use your sleeve. Don't spread your germs when you sneeze. You need to cover your mouth when you cough, when you sneeze. I'm asking, please. You need to cover your mouth when you sneeze. Oh, I'm asking, please. Now you've got a runny nose. Be careful what you touch and hold. Always cough into your arm. Spreading germs, it causes harm. You need to cover your mouth when you cough, when you sneeze. I'm asking, please. You need to cover your mouth when you sneeze. Oh, I'm asking, please.
Cough, cough, sneezy, sneezy, itchy, scratchy, I say pleasy, you need to cover your mouth. Cough, cough, sneezy, sneezy, itchy, scratchy, I say pleasy, you need to cover your mouth.
When you're sick, just stay at home. Get some good rest all alone. Don't give germs to your friends too. You need to play alone. It's the thing to do. You need to cover your mouth when you cough, when you sneeze. I'm asking, please. You need to cover your mouth when you sneeze. Oh, I'm asking, please. Oh, I'm asking, please. Cover your mouth when you sneeze.
Cohorts. Students should report to school on the correct cohort days. If students report on an incorrect day, those students will report to the overflow room. A parent guardian must pick them up. Students who repeatedly show up on the wrong days will have their bus privileges revoked. Child Meal Bundles. Meal bundle distribution to students at the end of their cohort window. Cohort A students get meal bundles on Tuesday for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Cohort B students get meal bundles on Fridays for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Students who ride the bus will be allowed to carry their meal bundles home with them on the bus. Car riders, walkers, and daycare riders will be responsible for carrying their meal bundles home. Instructional supports. Computers and Wi-Fi. Students will bring their district computer to school on each in-person day. Students who did not request a computer during Plan C will be assigned a laptop. Wi-Fi buses will not be available during Plan B. Canvas and WebEx. Canvas will be used to help manage consistency as students rotate among cohorts or remain virtual full-time and support safety. PowerSchool will remain the way for parents to track grades and student performance. Instructional materials. Instructional materials will be individualized to eliminate the sharing of books to support safety. Student medication procedures. All medications must be properly documented for students to receive at school. Medication will be delivered on a cart to students in their homerooms. Students will step out in the hallway to receive medication from a trained clerk. Highly encouraged student supplies. Durable water bottle with a secure cap, hand sanitizer, extra cloth or disposable mask, individual set of school supplies to include but not limited to paper, pencils, erasers, glue sticks, and crayons, and Band-Aids. Chromebook procedures. Cumberland Mills will conduct instruction as an interactive live stream model. All students, whether remote or in the classroom, will remain on Chromebooks for all instruction. Please ensure Chromebooks come to school fully charged. Review the proper handling of Chromebooks. Recess procedures. Playground equipment will not be used by students. If weather permits, outdoor recess will occur with classes and students remaining socially distant on the school property in assigned spaces. Students and staff masks will remain on during recess activities. Limited mixing between cohort groups as much as possible will take place. Prime at Cumberland Mills Elementary during Plan B. Parents can do a voluntary transfer to schools with primetime locations through Sandra McNeil at the Cumberland County Schools Student Assignment Office. Visitor Plan. Parents and guardians will not be allowed in the building unless they are here for an essential prearranged visit. If this is the case, visitors will be screened at the front door and remain in the foyer. Visitors will sign in the log and receive visitor sticker in the foyer. Upon conclusion of the meeting, staff members will escort visitors to the foyer to sign out. The visitor sticker will be disposed of, and visitors will exit the building. Students with COVID-like symptoms. Positive screening indicators are a fever of 100.4 or higher, a recent decrease in the sense of smell or taste, cough that is new or worsening, shortness of breath, and chills. Isolation room and sick room. Students who are sick will be escorted to the sick room and should be checked out at the front entrance. Students who have COVID-like symptoms will be escorted to the isolation room. Guardians will be required to check students out at the front entrance and then drive around to the side gate to pick up their child at the side gate entrance. Thank you for your commitment to be the one to help us have a safe and healthy return. Please take time out to review Cumberland Mills Elementary's pathway to a safe and healthy return, preparing for a safe return to some in-person instruction presentation. For more information,